Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Aaron Thomas, and I will be discussing how I handle objections using the LAIVPDC framework. Now, what this stands for is number one, listen; number two, agree; three, isolate; validate; probe; discuss; close. All right. Now, in this video, we will be talking about the too expensive objection on how I handle it. So let's say a prospect tells me it's too expensive, right? Right when after my presentation, they say it's too expensive. I say, I hear you. Tell me everything, right? The reason why I say this is because I want to get out literally everything, all their concerns right now. So that way there isn't an unspoken objection, which is the most dangerous objection there is. Because if they say something that's left unsaid, you're just going to be handling the wrong objection, right? So I hear you. Tell me everything. Number two, agree, right? I'm with you, and you're right. It is a lot of money, right? What this does is it lowers the sales resistance and the sales pressure, so the customer knows that you're with them, you're on their side, and that you guys aren't disagreeing. Because if there is friction, you guys aren't going to go anywhere, and you guys just wasted all of your time, probably about an hour or so, and the deal gets nowhere. Number three, you want to isolate, right? Now, you want to say, aside from the money, are there any other concerns that you may have? The reason why you want to say this is because, once again, you want to figure out, is there anything else that could be possibly stopping them from moving forward? Because if there is and they aren't telling you, well, then once again, you're handling the wrong objection, and then they are not going to want to move forward. So you need to figure out what is the real objection. Okay. Now, if they say, no, it's just a lot of money, right? Well, now you want to validate it, right? You want to treat all objections as complaints, and so further isolate and validate it. So now you want to say, well, the fact that it's a lot of money wouldn't keep you from moving forward, though, would it? Right? Now, this is huge, man. This is huge, huge, huge. I can't tell you how many times this has worked for me personally. And the reason why it works so well is because, let's say, for example, right, you go to the movie theaters and you see the popcorn is, I don't know, $10, right? The popcorn's $10. Regular consumer says, wow, this popcorn's expensive, right? The cashier, they hear that all the time. They're just going to say, you're right, it is too expensive. Would you rather be paying credit or debit, right? And the consumer pays, debit or credit, right? So the fact that it's too expensive did not keep them from buying the popcorn, right? So you can say the same thing when you're closing deals. Well, the fact that it's a lot of money wouldn't keep you from moving forward, though, would it? I guarantee if you try this out, you will see a huge change in your close rate or when you are booking appointments. So give this a shot. Now, after this, if they say no, it wouldn't, boom, go ahead and close the deal. If they say yes, it would stop them from closing, or sorry, if they say yes, it would stop them from moving forward, well, then you want to probe. You want to figure out why is that, right? So when you say it's too expensive, what do you mean by that? Or you can say, well, really, why is that? And now they're going to tell you why it's a lot of money for them, right? So once they tell you that, well, I just don't have the money, right? Now you want to discuss it with them. Got it. Tell me, if you did have the money, is this something that would work for you? Right? So now you just want to ask them, aside from the money, is this something that will work for you personally? Right? And now they're going to tell you. And then if they say, yeah, it would. Now you want to say, well, why do you feel like it would though? Right? Now, why on earth would we ask them that? The reason why we want to ask them that is because we want them to tell themselves, right? They're reiterating to themselves that, hey, it's going to work for me because XYZ, right? I think it's going to work for me because you guys can help me get to 50K a month, or I can take a vacation, or whatever it is, right? Perfect, right? And after that, you want to ask them, got it. Well, how do you think you can resolve that where you can fund the money so that you can, and then whatever they just said, right? So that you can make 50K a month, so that you can take that vacation, right? You always want to link it back to their goal because you want to make it seem like their goal is here, right? They're right here. They need the funds. And in order for them to get the funds, right? If they don't get the funds, they can't go up here. But if they do get the funds, they go up here and they meet their goal, right? So once they tell you, well, I can get the funds from the bank or from my family member, my friend, whatever it is, then after that, you want to close the deal. One of my favorite things I like to say is, well, where do you think we should go from here? Right? You leave it in their hands instead of just telling them, because if you leave it in their hands and they persuade themselves, that's like the highest form of persuasion. And then boom, once you're done with that, you close the deal basically, right? You never want to tell someone like you never just want to tell people what to do because that's like the lowest form of persuasion and that's how you cause resistance. So I hope you guys got a lot of value from this video on how to handle objections. I will be going over how to think about objection and all the other objections that are common in this space. So if you guys have any tips or any objections that you guys would like to see me handle, comment down below. In the meantime, like this video and I will see you guys soon. Peace.